How y'all doing tonight? gssixgun from SRP, all the other forums. What we're going to do tonight is look at Shapton honing systems. What I'm doing is I'm going to take one all the way through. This is an Earn A-Tor, nice little 6/8 from one of our Canadian members. Him and I are trading razors right now, seeing how the honing's going. Anyway, nice little urn right here. I'm going to set the bevel and I'm going to take it all the way through the Shapton system. Show you how to do that real quick. This one's King 1K, freshly lapped, all nice and smooth and clean. 20 circles to sharp, of course. Keep in mind, say 20. It's really a go by feel. I want to make certain everybody understands that. This razor was just coming off of shave ready, so it's really not going to take that much to get it into shape. The only thing is I'm resetting everything, so when I send it back to him you can see what it's like when I reset the whole thing. He did a real good job of honing it in the first place. Really shaved nice. But we're going to take it to the next level with the Shaptons and see what he thinks of the edge. Those circles pretty much cut a new bevel really fast, and that's what I'm checking for when I come up here. You guys really can't see it. I wish you could, but that's exactly what I'm doing. Is I'm holding the razor up and I'm kind of rolling the light off of it because I can see the new shiny bevel in there. Make sure that I have it from heel to toe all the way down. And you can apply pressure a little bit different along the edge if you want on this. Right now I know I'm giving the heel just a little bit extra to bring it all in line the way I want it. I usually just do a couple of half strokes on each side, just to make sure I have a nice bevel in there so I can see it in the light more for anything. It's all that. There we go. Okay, you got really nice even bevel on it right now. So I'm going to basically what I like to call hone for effect. I'm doing heel forward strokes right now. Do about 5, then I'll switch up and do the X stroke. What this does is I can really feel what the edge is doing. Right now soaking in the sink are the Shapton 1 and 2, because I'm only doing one razor, but I've got 2 stones soaking. And they'll only soak for that amount of time. I put them in right before I started the camera. If I was honing all 3 of these at the same time, I'd just put 1 stone in, because you have enough time. And soaking is the wrong word. Your Shaptons and your Niwas, I found that they stabilize if you just let them sit in the water for 5-10 minutes. Or basically you put 1 in, take 1 out. Also, you probably just noticed what I did there. I usually hone with 2 hands as I'm working the razor, and then I'll switch to 1 hand to get a nice smooth X stroke. I can feel the edge better with 1 hand. I can correct the edge better with 2. Okay. Bevel set on this, and like I said, the razor is pretty sharp anyway, so it's no surprise that it cuts arm hair already. I mean, it just does. But they always should. You should have your own system of how sharp they are coming off the 1K. You always want them to be totally sharp from beginning to end. If you keep a well, I keep my 1K stones in a well like that, in a Tupperware container with the top on it. I found that if you start with distilled water and 1 cap of Clorox, and that's 1 gallon right there, 1 cap per gallon, that water will stay clean and fresh. I just changed that one after 4 months, so that gives you an idea. This is a Shapton stone holder. They're kind of nice, actually. A lot of stuff with Shapton is all set up for a sharpening system. The nice thing is everything works really, really well. The not nice thing is they're very expensive. Shapton's one of the more expensive honing systems out there. They're very accurate. This is Shapton GDLP. You do not need one of these. The rated at 325. You can use the DMT 325 also. The thing about the Shapton is it's very, very level. But you just do 5 or so figure 8s. It'll raise a light slurry, and it'll also make sure the stones are clean. Alright. We're going to do that basic same sequence there. Now you'll notice that on the Shaptons, you're going to see they are very, very fast cutters. So you have to be careful with them. You dilute that slurry off there. And it's a really light slurry. It is not a cutting slurry. Just helps I think it helps the smoothness of the stones. When you're dealing with Naniwas and Shaptons, I think if you start them with a little bit of a light slurry, you'll get a really good smooth edge. Do you need to? Probably not. I clean the stone off before I start all the time. I'm just feeling for any rough spots in the edge, but I don't really expect to find any. Once the bevel's set, especially using the Shapton system, these go really, really fast. Shaptons are one of those stones that are, once you get used to how they work, they're pretty much foolproof. I mean, they really are. You really have to mess up not to be able to hone on the Shapton system. Ooh, baby's got an edge already. Okay, take the 1K out of the equation. Okay, so 1K comes out, 2K goes there, 4K goes in. We're always going to be 1 stone ahead. That's what I meant. You just let them sit in the water a little bit, and it's not that they soak, they just stabilize. Otherwise, some of these the Shaptons and noodles, you sometimes get a little high spots and stuff on them. If you just let them stabilize a few seconds, they're fine. I guess you could spray them down. But, by the way, there is 1 layer of 3M 700 electrical tape on the razor. You can see how dead flat even the razor is and the stones are. Like I said, all I'm doing is working this through on the Shaptons. Once that bevel is set, you're simply polishing. $2K is done.